Right, so as all of you might know, the Electronic Entertainment Expo 2016 just ended, or E3 as humans call it. And I didn't watch the Xbox One because I don't actually care about Xbox. I did watch the EA one, literally just for Battlefield like everyone else. But the main one I'm interested in is Sony's one. Now I don't watch them every year, only years where I can be asked, because obviously I have a gaming PC now, and that's the thing I do most of my gaming on. But sometimes I'll buy the odd console game, for example, Ratchet & Clank, which, I don't know if you've been watching my channel for a long time or one of my friends, you'll know that I like Ratchet & Clank a lot, so I bought that. Very good game, probably a 9 out of 10. But the rest of them I really don't care about, because I don't enjoy FPSs with a controller, not really, and there's just more variety of games on the PC, just indie games and stuff like that. But I'll buy the odd game, and after hearing that some kind of Crash Bandicoot related thing was at Sony's conference, I decided to watch it because, well, Crash Bandicoot's one of my favourite series of games. It's a shame that it's kind of crap now, how they ended the series with 2 absolutely crap games, which completely changed the genre. But that aside, I saw like a couple photos of this Crash Bandicoot looking thing, and I'm like, is actually him? So I went and watched the whole conference, and I was expecting to be bored to tears by all the exclusives, like in 2013 and 14, both of which I watched, and I was excited in 2013 because I had a new console, but none of the games I cared about. So rose tinted glasses was the whole kind of thing there with the PS3 and 2 and 1. But this time, this is the first time where the games alone have actually sold me on getting some of them, because they actually look quite good. So, I'm going to get my list up. This is GameSpot's own list of various games, and for some reason it's not in order. Right, so the conference starts off, and they've got Bear McCreary and orchestra playing some songs, I don't know. And they do that for like 5 minutes. I was just kind of bored, and then a game comes up and it says Sony Interactive Entertainment, because it's not computer entertainment anymore for some reason. And so there's this it shows this like kid playing with like toys or something like that, and it pans up and he's like, "Son, come in here," and he comes into his house and it's like, "This is your mother's knife, it is yours now."
Your mother's knife. It belongs to you now.
Your mother told you how to hunt, yes?
She taught you to hunt, yes?
I was like, yeah, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then this guy comes out of shadows.
Then show me what you know. I am hungry.
And it's Kratos, and the crowd just went absolutely mad, because Kratos out of God of War is one of the late PlayStation mascots, which just kind of went away after like 3 games, and now they're bringing out God of War 4, which is not called God of War 4, it's called God of War. I'm sick and tired of this. Doom, all of these games, it's like, well, that's another. Doom 4 was just called Doom. God of War 4 is just called God of War, even though I'm pretty sure they're both sequels. God of War, the new PS4 one, just God of War, is confirmed to be a sequel. Doom 4 might be a sequel, I don't know. But my point is, I'm sick of these remakes, but the actual game looks great. The graphics look great. Just wait for a downgrade, we'll see about that. But I've never been interested in God of War. In my like 47 PS3 games, not one of them is God of War, but it looks alright. So I might get that one. But he's got a beard now as well, that's kind of interesting. So let's just pick a random game out the list. Okay, there was this one called Detroit Become Human. This one was quite interesting. It's like made by the same guy who did Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, which I heard Beyond Two Souls wasn't so good, but I mean, I've heard of Heavy Rain. It's kind of a cinematic, it's kind of like playing a movie almost. It's kind of an interactive movie type of thing, but it's supposed to be a very good game. And sorry if my voice sounds blocked up, I've got hay fever, but it basically they showed off this trailer where it basically shows like loads and loads of like possibilities, like a branching story, there's this decision, each of those decisions branch to 2 other decisions, and it just keeps going. And there seems like loads of possibilities for what can happen. That looked quite interesting. It was this kind of story about some android and like saving a kid or something like that, but that looks interesting. I might get that one if the reviews are good. I've never played Heavy Rain, nor have I played Beyond Two Souls, but I've heard, well, Heavy Rain's a very good game. Let's get another one. Oh yes, Resi 7, not 6. Resi 7, Resident Evil 7 that is, with the VII incorporated into the Resident Evil name. It looks very good. It has PSVR compatibility, which doesn't, I don't care, I've got an HTC Vive and it's very good, and I doubt PSVR will impress me as much as the Vive did. Not that there's many fantastic games to the Vive, I'm just waiting for like AAA ones like that, but I mean, I don't like horror games, so I probably won't buy it, but for Resident Evil fans, it's kind of going back to the more horror aspect rather than like super action third-person shooters, which was where it was going for a while. So okay, that might be good. But PSVR it's going to be very scary, as with any VR headset, regardless of how good like the resolution is or something like that. I've tried to Gear VR. I've tried to go cardboard. In horror games, they're scary regardless of like what the screen is, because it feels like at least your brain kind of thinks you're there to varying degrees. The best of which being the HTC Vive, which I don't even dare do a horror game on there, and I'm not going to try it. But yeah, that might be very scary, and it actually looks like a good game. I've never played Resi, nor am I familiar with the story. But that looks interesting. They showed off a bunch of PSVR games. In fact, I won't even get the list. Another one was Arkham VR, Batman, and like that looks interesting. It seems like for the PSVR there's a lot of like AAA games being made as opposed to the Vive and the Oculus just having indies for the now, and when better ones come, it's going to be a lot better. But the PSVR seems like a lot of good ones that are in the works. For example, Batman, and Batman Arkham VR is a crap name, can I just say? But unless that's the code name, could be. But it kind of like had, it's like, oh, hashtag wear the cowl, because you are actually being Batman and you're solving things. And I heard the Joker's voice and I was like, oh, they're making a Batman VR game, that'll be interesting. Final Fantasy 15 is another one. There is a VR experience, so it's going to be probably something different. You're not going to be able to play the whole game like Resident Evil, but the game itself, the non-VR version, I've never played Final Fantasy, I'm not familiar with that at all. I've heard Final Fantasy 7 from fans or folk with nostalgia saying it's like, oh, it's the best game of all time, oh, Resident Evil, oh, I love it. Did I say Resident Evil? I meant Final Fantasy. But whatever, all the characters, it's the usual stuff, all the characters look like some girl's favourite emo band or whatever, but there you go. It might be good, I might pick it up. Of course they're going to get good reviews because it's Final Fantasy and they're just good games, but like, I'm not familiar with them at all. So I don't know if it's something like Metal Gear Solid where you have to play all of them to understand them. I don't know. What other games we got? Oh yeah, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Yeah, that'll be great. Insomniac's Spider-Man. Oh yes. Spider-Man 2 on the PS2. I've never played that one either. I haven't played many of these games, but it's supposed to be really good because it's very explorative. It makes you feel like you're Spider-Man, unlike the movie license games from the Amazing Spider-Man series. Because I think the Amazing Spider-Man 2 for like PS4 and 3 maybe. No, it wasn't that long ago. It must have been for the 4 and Xbox One and maybe PC. But I think Angry Joe reviewed that. I gave it like a 6 or 7. It was alright. But Insomniac are making one. Now Insomniac made some good games. They made, well, they literally only make Ratchet & Clank. They made everyone's favourite Valve rip-off Resistance, which was, I reviewed that many years ago, and maybe it was alright. Can't really remember, but yeah. I mean, it's Insomniac are making it, so I mean, I'm not one to be all like, oh, this brand or this company's never done anything wrong, therefore it's not going to be bad. Like, I'd stopped having that opinion after Avalanche Studios made Just Cause 3 for the PC, and apparently they made really good PC ports in the past, and I was like, okay, well, it's going to be good, and it was terrible. The Just Cause 3 port for PC is a ridiculous mess, depending on what computer you have. Like my one runs on a certain architecture, it's AMD GPU, which for some reason don't get much love, even though they're better than Nvidia in my opinion for the price. And they just decided, okay, well, yeah, we won't bother with those AMD GPUs. Well, we don't have to optimize it for them. But that's my point. I'm not trusting a company just because they haven't made a bad game in the past. I mean, yes, Sony have made some bad games in the past, like I don't know, Fuse. That was not too long ago. That was a pretty crap game, but I mean, 9 times out of 10, Insomniac made good games, like even back from Spyro, and then Ratchet and Clank, and the one bad Ratchet and Clank game here, I can't find it good, was Q-Force, which was crap, but like, I mean, come on, it's gonna be good. If in the right hands, the Spider-Man license can be very good indeed, and Insomniac are what most people think of as the right hands. Oh yeah, Days Gone. It's like a zombie. I mean, come on, like they decided to end their great conference with this game, this totally uninspired zombie game where you're like a biker one. It kind of reminds me of Ride to Hell Retribution, but it's like, I don't know. I don't see the point. There's too many zombie games, way too many. It's ridiculous. Oh yeah, The Last Guardian. They've been teasing it for what, 7 years? It's gonna be. I'm pretty sure it was going to be like a PS3 launch title or something like that. It's got pushed back to a mid PS4 title. So yeah, like they showed the trailer and everyone was like, oh yeah, it's The Last Guardian. They got a little clap because they've showed so many trailers from the PS3, like early days, from the mid days to the end days to the PS4 launch, and it's like, come on, okay, we're all sick of it. And then it comes up and it says October 26th or whatever, 2016, and it gets the biggest clap because everyone just wants a date. The date got more cheers than the game because folk are just like, thank God, because they actually got it made and they can work on new things now. And I don't know what took them so long. It better be a good game or it'll be just a pain in the arse, not worth it. Ooh, Hideo Kojima, he comes on stage and he and like Andrew House is like, okay, we're working with one of the greatest storytellers in the gaming industry, and the curtains open on stage. I'll show you a clip of it.
Hello everyone. I'm back.
He's just got the most ridiculous introduction, and no one else had this introduction. Only Hideo Kojima, and he shows off this new game called Death Stranding, and it's very strange. They've got a famous actor, I can't remember what his name is, but like he's naked and he has a baby, and the baby disappears, and it doesn't make any sense. There's floating folk in the sky, and it's gonna be fantastic. Let's be real. I mean, it doesn't like if like EA or Ubisoft came out with this trailer, they'd fucking be like, "What is this? What is this supposed to be?" It's like, it's weird what's going on, but it's Hideo Kojima, isn't it? He can do no wrong. No, I guess that's another way of saying this company can't make any bad game. You get my point here, but I mean, Hideo Kojima, when has he made a bad game? From memory, never. So yeah. That'll be good. Regardless of how good the gameplay is, the story's going to be fantastic, it just is. Yes. Oh yeah, there's a Star Wars Battlefront VR thing. Oh yeah, Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens. Jesus. Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens. Lego Star Wars. I've never been really a fan of Lego games. In my opinion, the puzzles are bad. Like, the puzzles have always annoyed me in LEGO games because they've always been really bad, and since like LEGO Star Wars the video game, they've just been awful. The level design is uninspired. In recent years they've gotten a bit better with like LEGO Batman 2 and such, like where you can all fly about and that. But like, sorry, where you can like, I don't know, you fly about, it's an open world, right? If it's anything like that, that might be quite impressive. A Star Wars open world. I don't think they've ever done that before, because the last game they brought out must have been LEGO Star Wars 3, the Clone Wars, which was very good. But they've had no new things to base it off of, so now they're finally bringing out this, LEGO Star Wars 7, and I don't know, it was usual humour for a LEGO game, so, okay. Finally, I want to talk about what I mentioned earlier, which was, yes, Crash Bandicoot is in it, and because it's a remastering of Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. 3 very good games, apart from maybe, well, Crash Bandicoot 1 was alright. It was okay. It was just dated, shall we say. Crash Bandicoot 2 was great. Crash Bandicoot 3 is one of my favourite games of all time. So seeing them remastered with new graphics, it's going to be great. The actual remasters are being developed by Vicarious Visions, who made Crash Nitro Kart and the GBA games. I've never played the GBA games. I really like Crash Nitro Kart. It's not as good, well, sorry, it's not nearly as good as Crash Team Racing, which was just, I mean, it's Naughty Dog, you can't really beat what they do, but Vicarious Visions were pretty good at capturing Crash Bandicoot's character from the Naughty Dog games, and he's kind of this zany, curious kind of character that he was in the Naughty Dog games. So if anyone's gonna handle the remasters well, it's Vicarious Visions, because they know the character better than Traveller's Tales or Radical Entertainment, you know, especially Radical Entertainment, who did not understand what anything was. It's as if they just said, okay, Crash Bandicoot's a Bandicoot character, what you got? They didn't explain what he was originally was or anything. They just gave him the character and they said, okay, maybe he could do this and this and this, and it was a ridiculous mess. So I think they're going to be good remasters. I think they're going to be one of the better, more deserving ones, unlike, oh yeah, Skyrim. Really don't understand the Skyrim remaster. It doesn't make any sense to me. Because it's like Bethesda come on stage and it's like, okay, we've got a COD game, and we've got a remaster of a game. No Elder Scrolls 6 this year, folks. And it's like, come on. It's like, if you want to play Skyrim again, get a PC, load it with mods, and it looks as good as the remaster does. I don't understand what the point of it is. Oh yeah, because there's no new games on consoles that are any good. Oh yeah, oh, Gears of War 4 is going to be good, right? Yeah. Attack on Titan game. I don't know. That was a bit of a rant, surprisingly, but yeah, this seems like a game that actually needs remastering, because it's Crash's 20th anniversary. It's very fitting, and it also means it can once again start the Kickstart series again. Hopefully there won't be a reboot. I just want a sequel, for Christ's sake. See if they do a reboot. I'll be happy and also very annoyed, because they've already got 5 games to establish this story. See if they start again like Ratchet and Clank did. I'm out there, by the way. Oh yeah, it's exclusive to PS4. Okay. But oh yeah, also he's going to appear first on PlayStation, in PlayStation only, annoyingly. Although I don't think they can have. Anyway, he's in the new Skylanders Imaginators. I don't like Skylanders. It's one of Activision's, in my opinion's, worst and most money-grabbing series, because unlike Call of Duty, not only do they make them every year, they make many toys which are expensive every year. Although now, of course, because now there's the ability of like creating your own character, which is interesting. Crash Bandicoot himself in the game, actually, I have to say it's actually probably my favourite design that he's ever had, because I mean, he looked very good in Twinsanity and Wrath of Cortex. And for folk who know nothing about what I'm talking about, that's Crash Bandicoot 4 and 5. He had a good design. It was just kind of an updated version of the old one. It looks a bit different though. In Crash of the Titans, which was Crash Bandicoot 6 kind of, and Mind Over Mutant, which was the sequel to Crash of the Titans, They were the crap games I was talking about, all by Radical Entertainment, and yeah, he looked stupid. He had these weird like tribal tattoos on his arm, and he had like weird hair, and it was ridiculous. I don't know why they had to change it. And all the characters, they made OOOOOHHH look like a coat hanger, and Aku Aku was voiced by like a sassy black man, and I don't know why that choice was even made. But like, yeah, he actually looked good now, because they went back to the old design. They said, let's update this instead of saying let's do something new. And I'm so happy. Like, if you look, I'll get a clip up on the screen of what Crash looks like when he does the, you know, when you put him on the portal and he does the little animation. It is so Crash Bandicoot, and they nailed the character, it seems like. His walking animation looks a bit weird, but it's Skylanders, like, I have to keep it in line with all the other ones. They even added multiple lives to kind of emulate how he used to play back in the day, because you only have one life with the rest of the Skylanders. But yes, I think multiple. I'm pretty sure it has 2. It'd be good if he had 4, because that was the stock amount that you would have in the original games, but whatever. It doesn't really bother me as long as he's good enough, unlike, you know, what they did to Spyro. And I'm pretty sure downstairs I've got, because I have Spyro's Adventure, the first Skylanders game. Yeah, here. And right here. And I'll see, oh yeah, there's a picture of Spyro on the front. I'll try and focus that, and you can see he looks just ridiculous. Right, this is the best focus I can get, but I mean, look, he's just, I mean, he's got like no nose. He looks so stupid. Because I mean, he already looked stupid in The Legend of Spyro, where his nose was just this square. But like, come on, man, you don't have to totally change it. It looked good to begin with. But yeah, they didn't care about Spyro. It seems like they do care about Crash Bandicoot, which is a good thing, because I am more familiar with Crash than I am with Spyro. Although I do have Spyro Year of the Dragon, my original copy with genuine cracks. These PS1 cases were crap, but yeah, I mean, I'll be good. What I've done is I've talked about all the awaited games for like 5 minutes, and for the rest of the time I've talked about Crash Bandicoot, but because you're so excited. Anyway, my rundown over the rest of the conferences, which I just kind of, I don't know, skimmed through. Xbox has won a few games from Gears of War 4. So Brown and Muscle 4 is how I should probably be saying it, because that's all Gears of War has ever been. The colour brown, which was this kind of phase that gaming went through for a while, where everything had to be ultra hyper realistic, browns and greys, and literally every game was like that. For example, Resistance, the whole game is grey, there's no colour. And I mean, just because it's post-apocalyptic doesn't mean it can't look good. And like, I don't know, take Fallout 4 for example, that's a cool looking world, and it's not like completely grey. I don't see what the point of doing that is. In fact, I think in Uncharted 1, Drake's Fortune, Naughty Dog put in a little Easter egg, it was a filter that you could put on the screen that you could unlock, and it was called Next Gen, and it made everything brown, because just everything's brown. So Gears of War 4 will probably be the same as all the other ones. There was a couple actually good games. Star Trek VR, that'll be good. Shame it's an Oculus exclusive, god damn. I'm sick of Oculus and their crap. That's what happens when you get bought by Facebook. I hope whoever owned Oculus previously are happy with themselves and what their company's name has now become. It's like Sea of Thieves, Rareware's making that. That looks very good, because it's kind of like a pirate game. Xbox One S is a slim version of the Xbox One. In other words, it is what the Xbox One should have been. It looks actually good. It's now white instead of black, so it doesn't look like a VCR anymore. Yeah, they're bringing out an Xbox One Scorpio, and they actually deleted this out of their trailer when they re-uploaded it onto their channel, but one of the interviewers said,
we can render at 60 hertz. We can render fully uncompressed pixels. These are the highest quality pixels that anybody is seeing.
Totally uncompressed pixels, which is totally how it works. So that's the level of quality that the Xbox... I have no idea what they were doing with that. But they actually got rid of it. If you go onto the Xbox channel, you will not be able to see that particular part of the trailer, because they actually edited it out, because within hours folk were joking about it. That kind of reminds me of what they did in 2013, where somebody said Xbox is the next water cooler. What? To this day, I have no idea what they said talking about there. But anyway, yeah, this video's becoming way too long. I'm sure many folk didn't even bother to watch it, because what I did is I talked about some, but not all, of the games. I don't know, this was kind of my top picks. Well, there you go. Bye-bye, YouTube, and see you next time. Yeah. I should do that at the end of all my videos now. That's ridiculous.